Hello, I'm Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, and I'd like to welcome you to the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida's 17th Annual Eagle Awards Gala. I applaud the Chamber and their leadership for all that they do for Black-owned businesses in Central Florida, including entrepreneurial training and development, as well as access to capital and contracts. I'm also proud of the support that they offer business owners by providing a one-year courtesy Chamber membership to those who complete the MBE program for the City of Orlando. Congratulations to the Chamber for 17 years of presenting the Eagle Awards. Enjoy your evening.
Good evening. It is my distinct honor to be chosen as this year's African American Chamber of Commerce MLK Humanitarian of the Year Award recipient. I'm truly humbled by this gracious award. This past year, the county has been strategic in its efforts to engage, mobilize, and keep our community informed as we continue to face the challenges of the pandemic on a national, state, and local level. While managing both COVID-19 and calls for social justice reform, Orange County has remained resilient. From holding over 100 COVID-related press conferences to educating local residents and businesses on protecting themselves from the virus, we have remained diligent. Through our virtual community conversations that were held by the Orange County Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Initiative, we remain strong. Now, as we continue our efforts to eradicate COVID and address social injustice, we must unite together. We must also continue to be vigilant in our vaccination rollout while observing the protection measures that keep us safe. Remember, it all starts with you. Last, I would like to thank the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida for your service to our community and for this recognition. Thank you again for this honor, and I hope you enjoy your evening.
Good evening. And welcome to our 17th annual Eagle Awards Gala, hosted by African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. Please welcome our host, Stuart Moore.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Stuart Moore, news anchor at West 2 News. As a dedicated supporter of Black-owned business and all the principles that the Chamber stands for, I am honored to be hosting the Eagle Awards for the 6th time. Now, this year is a little different than the years past. We are virtual. You guys are at home. I'm in a studio. Taking place in January, last year's gala may have been the last large event that many of you, myself included, now watching from home, were actually able to attend before the pandemic. Now, while we soared into Africa at the start of that year, nothing would have prepared us for the journey before us for the rest of the year, right here at home. Now, and the pandemic that impacted our community, the tragic killings of Black Americans like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor drained many of us, both mentally and emotionally. Now, between social media outpouring and protesters taking to the streets, the world took notice of an issue that has plagued our society for years. The fight for justice and racial equality is not a new fight, but with mainstream support and coverage, perhaps 2021 is a year of hope for true social reform. Evidence of this is in the outpour of support for Black business since last year. From shopping blackouts to boycotts to corporate-sponsored initiatives, many Black businesses became a highly supported segment amongst investors and consumers. As we move forward, my hope, and I know the Chamber's hope, is that we can carry on that momentum for meaningful change carried into this year as well. Now let's take a look back at last year, a defining time in all of our lives and, of course, in history.
This pandemic has been devastating to the African American community. When you really look at the numbers, the African Americans are testing about 14% median. And if you put that in perspective, the Hispanics are about 12% and white Americans are around 7%. When you talk about the African American community, access was a problem long before this, you know. And when you really think about it, now that this pandemic is here, that's why it's having such a devastating impact.
I think initially everyone was greatly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. It really disrupted business for everyone. Clients who were paying for our services had to decide between paying for a business coach, right? And paying a light bill or keeping an employee. Black businesses in particular are really being affected because we're looking at health disparities, we're looking at how that affects the business, we're looking at how if it's not the business owner, it may be an employee or a family member, and they're having to deal with a lot of those different aspects in doing the business.
Over the last year has become somewhat of a culmination of 400 years of social injustice. The cutting and the damning scene of George Floyd, it cut deep. And to add Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and so many others to the lineup of young Americans who are Black who have been taken. The unfortunate thing is that in every case, someone had to die in order for progress to be made.
Here we are, a year later, and I really think it says something about the folks in our business community that despite 2020's unexpected curveballs, we still have a lot to celebrate. But before we start naming names and recognizing tonight's honorees, I'd also like to turn your heads to an inspiring performance of Lift Every Voice. Wow, that was beautiful. And I'm looking forward to having our own live singers in person next year to sing us not only that song, but some more gospel so we can celebrate the years that we've been through and celebrate being back together, hopefully in 2022. Let's hear it one more time for the 105 Voices of History National HBCU Concert Choir. Feel free, join me in clapping, even from your couch, just for that brief moment to recognize them as well. All right, the next person heading to your screen needs no introduction, but I'll give her one anyway. She is a force to be reckoned with, a natural leader, and was referred to as the Queen of the Wakanda at last year's event. She's in her third year as president of the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida and continues to push the boundaries and expand the chamber in multiple ways despite the interesting year that we've all had. Please welcome the president of the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida, Tanisha Nunn Gary.
Thank you, Stuart, and thank you everyone for joining us from wherever you are tonight. As Stuart mentioned, last year was certainly a year of challenges for many of our members and even for us as a chamber. Small business owners, specifically Black business owners, were especially hit hard during the COVID-19 pandemic. Many businesses had to shut their doors for weeks, months, or even permanently. When the country shut down, every in-person event that your chamber had initially planned on hosting had to be reevaluated, every training reformatted, and we knew that many of our members would be looking to us for answers. We had to ensure that we were delivering on our promise to be a resource to Central Florida businesses, perhaps now more than ever, but accomplish this in a safe and responsible way. The old expression that diamonds are formed under pressure couldn't ring truer in the context of what my entire staff was able to pull off. We immediately created a webinar series to deliver training and information for businesses facing challenges. With over 40 virtual workshops planned and executed in the months following the start of the pandemic, this became our most successful training series that the Chamber has ever had. And we didn't stop there. We knew that our community of businesses needed more than just information. They needed funds to keep their doors open. In May, we were able to award 12 businesses with grants totaling $100,000 to help get them through the initial shock of the pandemic, keep staff on board, and make investments that would allow them to survive in this new business climate. Please take a look at this very special moment when we announce the grant recipients.
I've been surviving. This has been very interesting to navigate, personally and professionally for sure.
My business is the party bus. So when graduations was out, proms out, now we're going into the wedding and, that season, and it doesn't look like things are, coming back around either. So.
Right.
I need to get this door open so I can get some sales. So when the rent is due in July, it's just,
we lost quite a few contracts that we had kind of pending or ready to start. So I'm pretty sure a few of them probably won't be moving forward.
There was some big time things happening, and then we just got stopped in our tracks.
We got to a point where we canceled payroll and was just really in preparation of how are we going to survive in the upcoming months.
You applied for our business COVID-19 grant, and I am elated to let you know that you are a recipient of the grant.
Oh, are you serious?
I am serious. Congratulations, and I just wanted to let you know, somewhat in person, virtually, which is the best way we can do it these days.
Wait.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good, bro. I'm happy.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that a virtual hug?
This seed comes at the right time.
When we believe in your business and we hope and pray that this grant will assist you in these very difficult times.
Thank you. And we just not gonna give up.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm not an emotional person, but I feel like this changes like everything. And I'm just so grateful.
Congratulations again to those recipients. 2020 was definitely the year of inaugural events for the Chamber. In spite of COVID, we managed to pull off 3 inaugural events, including our Black Professionals Night Out in February, the first ever 2-day Empowerment Business Conference in August, and a brand new golf outing and player development clinic in October. We also updated our website, blackcommerce.org. If you have not checked it out lately, be sure to take a look, as it is full of new resources, updates, and even testimonials directly from our members. 2021 has began with a year of amazing partnerships. Recently, we partnered with the Chamber Trustee, Florida Technical College, to give one lucky member a free scholarship for their business degree. We also partnered with Chamber member AT&T to distribute business contributions in the amount of $5,000 each to assist Chamber members during the pandemic. Many of our members have powered through the pandemic with notable accomplishments, which is why we are here tonight. Tonight, we will recognize these deserving winners and finalists for achieving excellence in advancing, supporting, and promoting our community, including Black businesses in the Central Florida region. Congratulations to all the finalists, and may each of you continue to soar like eagles. I'd like to take this moment to thank members of our board of directors, trustees, event sponsors, chamber members, ambassadors, volunteers, and the entire chamber team. I must call them by name. Naja Hines, Manager of Operations and Strategic Initiatives, BB Bengur, Membership Coordinator, Sade Lee, Programs and Events Coordinator, and Jasmine Stepney, Administrative Coordinator. Thanks again to everyone at home for joining us. Please enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Tanisha, and I must say, you look lovely this evening. The success of the African American Chamber relies heavily on the continued commitment and investments made by corporate sponsors. I would not be standing here tonight in the virtual form if it were not for the generous contributions of the following businesses. We'd like to thank our title sponsor, once again, Walt Disney World, our platinum sponsor, Ardmore Roderick, our gala sponsors, Regions Bank, Wyndham Destinations, Orlando Magic, BB&T SunTrust, now Truist, Orlando Health, OUC, Duke Energy, Florida Blue, Valencia College, and University of Central Florida, Wells Fargo.
We would also like to thank our gala sponsors, Tupperware Brands in the city of Orlando, and our other friends of the Chamber sponsor, Spectrum.
JP Morgan Chase, All Access Pro, Rasmussen College, our friends of the Chamber sponsors as well, DSK Law, Publix, and also a huge thank you to the Dave School, Florida Technical College, West 2 News, of course, all puts this all together to make sure that you at home could have an enjoyable experience.
We would like to give great thanks to this year's Eagle Awards trophy sponsor and chamber member, GLB. From cause marketing to brand promotion, GLB will help you build positive brand loyalty through authentic marketing strategies and innovative products. Allow GLB to take your brand through a strategic metamorphosis.
And now our message from the Bounce House, the Mouse House, I should say, our title sponsor, Walt Disney World. Please welcome the always fly, Letitia Adams, Manager of Government Relations, to your screen.
It's a milestone year. A year to celebrate, innovate, imagine, and wonder. And now, more than ever, it is time to go forward. For nearly 5 decades, Whether driven by fantasy or possibility or circumstance, we demonstrate the ability to advance, to emerge, to reveal ourselves to be the Disney that the world needs, right now and in decades to come. We are the world's premier family vacation destination. We are becoming more amazing than ever before, guided by your imagination. We seek to astound and amaze all those who visit us.
Thank you, Stuart. Good evening, everyone. Walt Disney World is pleased to join the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida for this virtual presentation of the 2021 Eagle Awards. We are also very honored to serve as your presenting sponsor. I think we can safely say that we are coming out of the most challenging year most of us have faced to date. Virtually every organization, every business, small, large, and in between, had to change, sometimes significantly, in order to operate in the unique environment posed by 2020. So please let me say congratulations on your innovation and your resilience. And thank you so very much for your contributions to our community during a time when it needed you the most. Walt Disney World had to adapt as well during 2020. We paused operations, but we did not pause our community support, donating food, masks, and more as nonprofits and medical teams needed them. We repurposed one of our parking lots as a major COVID-19 testing location and developed a means for both Major League Soccer and the NBA to complete their seasons in a brand new concept, the professional sports bubble. And as you saw in our opening video, we at Walt Disney World also adapted our operations with the health and well-being of our cast members and guests top of mind. We are opening more elements as we go and calling more and more of our cast back to the roles they love. There's still a long journey back to business as usual, but we are making magic and memories, and our guests are thanking us for that. We continue to add elements to the most magical place on earth. At Epcot, we recently revealed a new arrival experience, complete with a fountain, courtyard flags, and mesmerizing evening lighting and acrylic pylons. Our newest attraction, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, opens later this year. You may have seen that we recently began testing elements of Harmonious, our upcoming nighttime show for Epcot. And Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, continues to take shape. And I'd like to add that currently at the American Adventure Pavilion, we have an exhibit, The Soul of Jazz, that explores the roots of this distinctly American culture and includes such priceless artifacts as Louis Armstrong's trumpet. You've got to go see it. We continue to make progress on other elements. Next to Disney's Hollywood Studios, a live-in experience, Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, is in the latter stages of construction. And Magic Kingdom, Tron Light Cycle Run is in progress. I'm especially impressed and proud that Splash Mountain is being reimagined as an attraction themed around The Princess and the Frog. Princess Tiana is getting the royal treatment she so richly deserves. And you absolutely need to see Cinderella Castle when it gets completely dressed up for a very special occasion. On October 1st, we begin to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the most magical place on earth. We're calling it the world's most magical celebration, and we hope to see you there. Right now, though, it's time to celebrate you. So from all of us at Disney, congratulations, and please enjoy your night.
Thank you, Letitia, and don't forget that I've forgotten about our Disney Japan trip that you promised me several years ago. I'm still counting on that one day. And now the time has come for the portion of our program that you have all been waiting for, the award presentations. I've got the answers right here. Selection Committee announced the 2021 award finalists per category earlier this month, but only one winner can take home the Eagle Trophy for each category. Tonight, we will be presenting awards in the categories of Corporate Recognition Award, Small Business Advocate Award, Community Advocate of the Year Award, Legacy Award, and the MLK Humanitarian of the Year Award. We want to start with the Corporate Recognition Award. This category recognizes a local corporation that has demonstrated commitment to African American business through the support of business building programs. The corporation that we will be honoring tonight has pledged to invest $30 billion, $30 billion, over the next 5 years to provide economic opportunity to underserved communities, especially the Black and Latinx communities. This includes providing 15,000 loans to small businesses in majority Black and Latinx communities and launching a new program designed to help entrepreneurs in historically underserved areas access coaching, technical assistance, and of course capital. This corporation has also pledged to spend $750 million working with Black and Latinx suppliers. For their commitment to the community and investment in the future, the 2021 Corporate Recognition Award goes to, if I can get it open, J.P. Morgan Chase.
Creating sustainable pathways forward begins with real change. At J.P. Morgan Chase, we're owning our part, taking bold and courageous steps to confront social injustice, systemic racism, unconscious bias, and discrimination of any kind. Some of these steps include hiring and mentoring Black students, creating access to capital to small business through our Entrepreneur of Colors Fund, making home ownership more accessible in the Black community, and across our global enterprise, creating a culture of respect and inclusion. We are challenging the firm and employees at all levels to do better.
Accepting this award on behalf of the company is Nicole Fisher, a Vice President in the Middle Market Treasury Management Division and the Banking Group, covering the Florida market as well.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first by thanking the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida for having me here today. I'd like to also acknowledge Madam Chair President Tanisha Gary and the Board of Directors for the opportunity for us to be acknowledged for the Corporate Recognition Award on behalf of J.P. Morgan Chase Commercial Bank. During this challenging time in the pandemic, we at J.P. Morgan Chase would like to continue our support and partnership with the Chamber to ensure small businesses and entrepreneurs are meeting their needs during this challenging time. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Good evening.
Next up, we have the Small Business Advocacy Award. All of our finalists for this award have demonstrated commitment to small business advocacy above and beyond policies that specifically impact their own business or industry. Let's take a look at the finalists.
The nominees for the Small Business Advocate of the Year are RTW Photography. RTW Photography is one of the fastest growing photography and videography companies in Central Florida. Making a lasting first impression with their branding services, RTW Photography blends analytical and creative thinking to design visual identities that will make your brand distinctive. RTW was recognized in Wedding Wire as the Couple's Choice of the Year in 2018 and Side Hustle of the Year in 2019.
During the summer of 2020, we really wanted to give back to the small business that was impacted by COVID-19. We decided to have a campaign where we wanted to give back to small business by offering branding video sessions to promote their business. So we provided these 30-second promo videos so that they can share on social media and their websites to help promote their business during these tough times.
3D Strategic Management. 3D Strategic Management is a full-service business development and community relations firm. 3D Strategic Management has worked on initiatives with the African American Chamber of Commerce, Orange County Public Schools, Duke Energy, and U.S. Department of Commerce. Recognized as a minority business advocate, 3D Strategic Management has conducted hundreds of presentations on business development and on how to do business with various entities in Florida.
It's very important to be an advocate for a small business, and particularly those that don't know they have a voice. I have 22 years of experience of understanding what small businesses need to be successful. I also have been blessed with the opportunity to know what corporations and private entities are looking for from these small businesses.
Russell Drake. What started as a Black History Month upgrade effort of supporting a Black business each day in the month of February grew into a year-long initiative. Russell Drake has successfully pushed the narrative of spending Black-earned dollars on Black-owned businesses more consistently. With support from groups like the African American Chamber of Commerce and Black Business Orlando, Russell Drake was able to forge informal and formal connections of colleagues into entrepreneurship.
It's so important to be an advocate for African American businesses because traditionally those businesses have been held down the most. They've had the most taken from them. So to truly uplift the community, you lift up those who've been systematically placed at the bottom.
And the winner is, this one will not shock anyone that's watching from home, especially if you're watching from Facebook, Russell Drake. Now, of course, we all know Russell. Everyone knows Russell. He's the only elected official who's not actually an elected official. But at the beginning of the pandemic, Russell Drake decided to use his social media as a platform to highlight and advertise local Black businesses. What started out as a 100-day challenge to encourage Central Florida to buy Black has turned into Russell's daily lifestyle. He's now recognized as the go-to resource. I use him if you want to find a Black-owned business for any type of service that you need. Russell, congrats.
The grace and glory of the Lord is what brought me this far. I give sincere thanks to the African American Chamber of Commerce, the whole board, and all the members of the community that took the time to support me and allow me to win this award. I thank you to the 366 businesses that I had a chance to visit and support. This victory is for you. Everything I've done could not have been done if we didn't have quality businesses in Central Florida and beyond. And because we've set the bar, we continue to raise it. With the works of the African American Chamber of Commerce, they found a way to help people blossom in these tough times. It is an honor to be nominated. To the other people who are nominated, I thank you for your efforts. And I pray everyone takes the time to see we can continue to build Black daily, one step at a time. And we have a plethora of great businesses in our community. I thank you again, Chamber of Commerce. I thank you, members, and I thank you to the committee that nominated me. One love.
And now we will be awarding the Community Advocate of the Year Award. This award recognizes an individual or nonprofit organization that is dedicated to the improvement of the African American community in Central Florida. This individual or nonprofit has demonstrated leadership through charitable or public service work and an unselfish commitment to the African American community. Let's take a look at the finalists.
The nominees for the Community Advocate of the Year are 8 Cents in a Jar. Established in 2016, 8 Cents in a Jar's purpose is to teach students how to save money, acquire assets, and build wealth to diminish the cycle of generational poverty. Starting at the age of 8, students from elementary through high school and beyond participate in multifaceted intentional programs focusing on key areas: personal finance, financial, social work, and diversity and economic inclusion.
Being a corporate and community advocate for Central Florida is definitely essential to our growth, sustainability, and also future endeavors that we have within the community. With 8 Cents in a Jar, we really want to make sure that we create a pipeline of first-generation students that have an opportunity to build wealth.
Onyx Magazine. Onyx Magazine has established itself as one of the premier publications that celebrates Black achievement throughout the state of Florida. With readership across the state and beyond, Onyx Magazine is the only publication of its kind you will see at the Florida Classic. It also serves as a media sponsor to large festivals, including Jazz in the Gardens, Clearwater Jazz Holiday, Funk Fest, and partners with Walt Disney World on major events.
We started out with Commissioner Hill in the streets,
Onyx Magazine mascot. And as a result of that, we found out that there were many businesses that were going down and being shut down as a result of the COVID. So we says that this is something that we need to attack on all fronts. And until we deal with the grassroots, our businesses will never thrive.
26 Health. 26 Health is a community health organization that transforms lives by advancing health, wellness, and equality. 26 Health is the only licensed child placement adoption agency in the state of Florida attached to a medical clinic and the only Florida adoption agency that is LGBTQ focused.
People of color, people who are not necessarily identified as heterosexual or who identify as Caucasian have a huge disparity in healthcare. And so it's even more important that we advocate getting into communities of color, getting into the LGBTQ+ community, getting to those individuals that typically are not have that access to healthcare.
And the winner is Richard Black of Onyx Magazine. Congratulations, Richard. A few words about Richard Black. Rich Black is the owner, publisher, and editor-chief of Onyx Magazine, the premier publication that celebrates Black achievement throughout Florida. With readership across the state and beyond, Onyx Magazine is the only publication of its kind that you will see at the Florida Classic. It also serves as a media sponsor to large festivals, including Jazz in the Miami Gardens area, Clearwater Jazz, Holiday and Funk Fest, and partners with Walt Disney World on major events. In 2020, while the nation was undergoing a pandemic, Black thought of his community first. He established the Onyx Magazine mascot Stop the Spread campaign, which started with a billboard campaign in Orange County's predominantly Black neighborhoods. The effort expanded to include a virtual town hall series with national expert panels. Since 2016, Onyx Magazine has hosted a Woman on the Move celebration honoring more than 100 of Florida's most dynamic and powerful Black women. In 2019, the Black Men Honors were established, which lauds Black professional men for their extraordinary work as well. Black also has created the Onyx Foundation to enhance children's awareness of literacy, the arts, and financial well-being. Scores of community youths have been benefited from this effort. Congratulations to you, Rich.
On behalf of Onyx Magazine, thank you to Ms. Tanisha Gary and her staff and management there at the African American Chamber. We're very pleased, and thank you to all of those, and to all of those who were nominees tonight, congratulations. And we really are very proud and happy to receive this award tonight. Thank you.
Next up, the Legacy Award. The Legacy Award is presented in recognition of one's commitment in advocating for Black-owned businesses across Central Florida. Tonight, we will honor an individual who continues to be a resource and thought leader across Central Florida, and specifically in support of the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. The Chamber applauds their hard work and dedication to being AACCCF Board Chair for 2 terms, as well as serving as past interim president of the Chamber. We recognize this individual's leadership, compassion, dedication to the community, and dedication to the Chamber.
Back in really 2009, and this was right after the recession, the big recession in 2008. We were very small, it was just me and her, and as we grew here in the last 10 years, we're up to about 16 employees right now, and we're running over about $1 million worth of staff costs. So it just kind of tells you from a little bit of company to now we're a larger company than we were 10 years ago.
So they say that every good leader has to have a vision in order for people to follow. Vernice not only had the vision, but she also knew how to harness the talents of others to allow that vision to manifest itself into what it is that you see now. I was one of those people that Vernice worked to death in order to help make that vision happen. I was able to see how she was able to transform the Eagle Awards to what it is now. At the time, everybody thought it was crazy for her to move the Eagle Awards, and make it a black tie affair, and here you have it now. Something that an event that everyone in Central Florida wants to participate in.
When I say the name Vernice or hear the name Vernice, I just automatically smile. Vernice is a consummate leader, but with very calm strength. Very focused on what she is going to accomplish and does it with grace, but at the same time, she's relentless, which is very important in order to achieve what she wanted to do.
And the winner of this year's award, I should say, the 2021 Legacy Award is Vernice Atkins Bradley.
First, I give thanks to God for this moment in the journey of my life. To the African American Chamber, board, staff, sponsor, members, and especially the selection committee. I am extremely honored and feel very privileged to have been selected for this award. Thank you for your enduring resolve to recognize the achievements of African American businesses and those who support these businesses in our community. My acceptance of this award would not be complete without expressing my sincere appreciation to my parents, the late Reverend Matthew Payne Jr., who passed away 2 years ago, but who taught me that a leader is not just a title, but an example. To my amazing mother, Luberta Love Payne, who personifies her maiden name, Love, and instilled in me a heart for service. To my husband, Junius Bradley, my hero, who is always supporting me and encouraging me. To my children, Jerry, Krishana, and Tanae, who taught me how to be accountable. And to all of my siblings, too many to name, but who taught me how to manage multiple personality. To my business partner, Teska Dillard, and his wife, Dorcas, for their unwavering support. To all of those who I served on the chamber board with, especially the late Ron Rogers and Dr. Stanley Stone, who talked me into serving as chair of the African American Chamber Board. But I also want to give special thanks to Linda Lehman Gonzalez and Wendy Anderson and Belinda Frazier, who constantly supported me and were a big champion for me. And there were many, many more, so thank you. In closing, I will do my best to uphold the trust that you have placed in me in giving me this award. Thank you, and God bless.
Vernice, congratulations. We're so proud of you and all the hard work that you have done throughout Central Florida. I will now be welcoming the winner of last year's coveted Eagle Award, Rashad Johnson of Ardmore Roderick, to present the 2021 MLK Humanitarian Award. But first, allow me to give him a proper introduction. Rashad is president and CEO of Ardmore Roderick, an infrastructure, engineering, and construction firm that also happens to be a gold sponsor of tonight's event. Ardmore Roderick provides a complete set of services in several markets, including construction, management, highway and road design, and structural engineering, just to name a few. With 5 locations nationwide, the firm has worked on large-scale projects nationwide, from various work right here in Central Florida to also project management of the highly anticipated Obama Presidential Center in Chicago, Illinois. Ardmore Roderick is an African-American-owned industry leader that values diversity in everything that they do. Rashad is an advocate for inclusion and equality with a passion to give back and commitment to helping those who are in need. When I imagine all the black young men pursuing a career in STEM fields, and women for that matter, it brings joy to my heart to know that they can look up to someone like Rashad and even aspire to work at his company one day or even start their own. Let's learn a little bit more about Ardmore Roderick.
Ardmore Roderick is a full-service infrastructure engineering firm, providing design, construction management, program management, and surveying services to public and private clients.
We are an established firm based out of Chicago with offices in 5 states and Puerto Rico. Ardmore Roderick is and always has been a proud minority-owned and MBE certified firm. Not only that, 60% of our employees come from diverse backgrounds. That's important because in our industry, the average is about 15%. We understand and value diversity and inclusion. We are a walking testament that diversity and inclusion works.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rashad Johnson.
Thank you, Stuart. Ardmore Roderick is dedicated to enhancing and promoting the economic and civic growth of African American businesses in Central Florida, a community devoted to equality, diversity, and inclusion. It is my pleasure to be here tonight, and I am honored to announce the winner of the 2021 MLK Humanitarian Award. The MLK Humanitarian Award is presented in memory of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to commemorate his belief that progress is achieved through cooperation, compassion, and understanding. Tonight's honoree has been a long supporter of the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida and has had a huge presence in the Central Florida community. Tonight, we will reflect on the community commitment and public service of Mayor Jerry L. Demings. Mayor Jerry L. Demings was sworn in on December 4th, 2018 as the 5th elected mayor of Orange County and is the first African American to serve in the role. Mayor Demings, we recognize your leadership, specifically during this pandemic, where you have shown outstanding cooperation, compassion, and understanding in guiding the residents of Orange County. Our chamber applauds your efforts in making great strides in leading Orange County during these challenging times. We recognize your leadership, specifically during this pandemic, where you have shown outstanding cooperation, compassion, and understanding in guiding the residents of Orange County. Congratulations, Mayor Demings, winner of the 2021 MLK Humanitarian Award.
Mayor Jerry Demings was sworn in on December 4th, 2018 as the 5th elected mayor of Orange County and is the first African American to serve in this role. He oversees more than 8,000 Orange County employees and a $4.9 billion budget as the county's chief executive officer. Always a trailblazer, Mayor Demings became Orlando's first African American police chief in 1998 and was elected the first African American Orange County sheriff in 2008. He was re-elected in 2012 and again in 2016. An Orlando native, Mayor Demings is married to former Orlando Police Chief Valdez Demings, who also made history as the first female police chief in Orlando.
When I was appointed Chief of Police and sworn in, of course, Jerry was extremely proud. He had served as the Orlando Police Chief, the Orange County Public Safety Director, and he was proud, he was protective. He was just a great source of information for me. And when he was subsequently elected as sheriff, for both of us to serve in those critical roles, working together to keep our community safe, was such an honor.
A lifelong public servant, Mayor Demings is a graduate of Jones High School and holds a bachelor's degree in finance from Florida State University and a master's of business administration from Orlando College. He graduated magna cum laude. He's a graduate of the 194th session of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's National Academy and studied at Harvard University's John F. Kennedy School of Government.
Jerry excelled again
and people recognize him because of his commitment to his community. You know, a lot of people just excel. They go forward because they want to get promoted and they take the test and they take the civil service test. But Jerry was doing it through good works.
Congratulations to Mayor Jerry Demings, our 2021 MLK Humanitarian Award recipient.
Congratulations to all the winners tonight. It has been an honor hosting you, but now I'll have to turn things over to Bruce Mount Jr., the current board chair for the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. Before I let you go, because I am in a tux, you are likely in pajamas or relaxed clothes at home. Just wanted you to know I'm not wearing real dress shoes either. Hopefully I get to see you guys in person next year. Bruce, I'll turn it over to you.
Good evening, Stuart, and thank you everyone who has tuned in tonight. I am honored to be standing in front of you, not only as your 2021 board chair, but as a Black professional in Central Florida. I joined the Chamber over 5 years ago at the invitation of a trusted mentor. He promised me that it would not only be a great opportunity to network, but more importantly, to give back to the very community that has provided so much to me. Truer words have never been spoken. So when the opportunity to serve as chair presented itself, I felt an obligation to continue in that spirit of service. Standing on the shoulders of giants, it is my goal to continue to build on the incredible momentum we have gained over the years. In recent history, we have helped our members navigate uncharted territory thanks to the hard work and dedication of our stakeholders. This year, we hope to not only help our members survive, but to thrive. With an unwavering commitment to creating more Black millionaires and an ultimate eye towards generational wealth, our programming this year promises to be outside of the box and forward-thinking. Through the power of mentorship and access, we aim to be intentional in increasing the bottom line for our members. Whether that's providing guidance to those members who had to pivot during the pandemic, or providing resources to our more mature businesses that are in the position to scale. One thing I love about the Chamber, its staff, members, and partners alike, is our ability to be resilient against all odds. Despite the challenges, now is our time to build, and everyone here at the Chamber takes that responsibility very serious. Together, we can provide resources to Central Florida's Black-owned businesses at a level never seen before. Through business, we can tackle larger societal issues. Together, we can leverage entrepreneurship to bridge the wealth gap and again, build generational wealth for the future. Now, next year, we will return to our mission to soar into Africa. But for now, let's focus on our duties here at home. Please stay safe and follow the guidelines. Make sure you stay socially distant and wear your mask, because we want to make the most of this year. But we also want you and your business in good health so that all the seeds that we have sown can flourish even more in 2022. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. On behalf of the Chamber and everyone who has graced your screen this evening, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Please be sure to check us out at our new and improved website at www.blackcommerce.org. Be the first to know about the exciting announcements and details of upcoming events by following us on social media at AACCCF on Facebook and Instagram, at AACCCFL on Twitter, and do not forget to look us up on YouTube to view all of our past events and workshops. Have a wonderful evening, and remember, here at the Chamber, we mean business.